The 1st of February is here, and the biggest game in the Republic is between Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. Any arguments to this means that you live under a rock. You don't follow South African football. In fact, you are in denial. One of two things. It's either jealousy has consumed you, or you just blind to the history of South African football. I believe this is a must win for Orlando Pirates, and Kaizer Chiefs, them avoiding defeat will probably be gold. But I believe majority of Amakosi faithful want maximum points. But if they do avoid defeat, maybe the fans will also be pleased. It's a must win for Orlando Pirates, because any loss of points in this match would mean that Mamelodi Sundowns is leading the pack either by 6 points or by 5 points, and they would have played the same number of matches. They wouldn't want to allow Sundowns to stretch that lead further after Saturday. Yes, I do go by the name of Oscar, and since the football, we engage and discuss on anything to do with football, from Africa to the world and from the world to Africa. Everything is at standstill. Fans are arguing, families are divided, radio stations, you know what, they are debating, legends, everyone is just excited about this match, and it's understandable, because it is the biggest match in the land of South Africa. Now, in this episode, we'll be giving predictions on what the final score might look like, and my prediction as to how the two sides will line up. What we know for a fact this far is that on the side of Kaizer Chiefs, majority of their attacking forwards, they are out injured or suspended. The new player, Tashreeq Matthews, is suspended, still serving the red card he got, I think, against Kukuni while he was still playing for SuperSport United. And you have a Dupré who's still injured, and Mwandile Dube, who got injured, I think, against free agents last weekend. Not a lot on the side of Orlando Pirates in terms of injuries. What we all know is that Orlando Pirates didn't bring in any new faces in the transfer window. Otladisa was released, Sandile Dube was released. I'm just forgetting the other player. But that's what we know of Orlando Pirates. And then the question probably in everyone's mind will be, what will be the approach of a Jose Riveiro? What will be the approach of a Nasreddine Nabi? I don't think a lot will change in terms of how Orlando Pirates will approach this game. In fact, I think Kaizer Chiefs Nasreddine Nabi's side will probably allow Orlando Pirates to have the big share of possession, and probably play in transition, play on counter. And because they do have the material for that, he does have a lot of quick players, a lot of creative players. And when you play on transition, because you're playing in moments, what you need and what's paramount is that when you do create chances, your attacking forwards, they must finish off and bury the chances. So we're definitely going to have Orlando Pirates having a whole lot of possession, and because that's how they play. That's how they play. It's definitely a must-win for Orlando Pirates. And the key players on the side of Orlando Pirates, danger man number 1, President Yamatuke Relebohile Mofokeng. He was even voted the player of the group stages in CAF Champions League. He's been having an incredible 2024, and he started even 2025 on a high. And what I like about Jose is that he is not burdening the player by with Orlando Pirates relying just on him, but there are other good and brilliant players around Relebohile Mofokeng, Muhau Onkota, Kimberly Bourne. He's there as well. He's raising his hand. Every game is given a chance. You still have a Tito Masangai, the creative midfielder. He creates, he scores. Last weekend, he scored at Brace. And then you have the ever hard-working, hard-tackling, the destroyer himself, Makehleni Makaola. In that double pivot, he will play oftentimes. That is Jose Riveiro, partnered with a talent, Mbata, dangerous, running late into boxes, dangerous, having shots outside the box. And then so you there's a whole lot of good players for Jose Riveiro. On the bench, I would love to see Munapule Saleng being in the match day squad. At least they do have players like Kim Vodi. We don't know who might start between Etsehofato Mabasa versus a Mwanasesi himself. So exciting times. It's going to be an exciting weekend. Big, massive match. Betway, they are also smiling on this one because, it's the biggest match. Look at the coverage of this match from Monday onwards. It's just been everywhere. Radio, TV, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, everywhere because it deserves the attention. Now, I think the most important players on the side of Kaizer Chiefs definitely is Shabalala, underrated, but the boy has been grinding. A standout performer on the side of Kaizer Chiefs. But what I like now is the fact that your Matlo is raising his hand back from a long-term injury. That is a baller. He is definitely a baller. Sereno, hopefully his attitude has changed. And yes, Duba is out. Yes, Tash is not even considered. Yes, Dupree is not considered. That will probably mean that they will be relying on the top man himself, Ranga Shiva Vero. I'm not sure if the permits are ready for a Maccabi Glody Lilepo, Lollipop himself, the new signing from Democratic Republic of Congo, replacing his countryman Christian Sahile, who had an excellent debut scoring for Gavin Hunt's side. So it would be nice to see a Lilepo, whether coming from the bench or not. And then we do have another new face in the Tabokele. I'm not sure if these two, I would have maybe been sure if a Tesh was not suspended that he could be starting this game ahead of a Ranga Shiva Viro. What's good for Nasreddine Nabi, he's got different types of players, flexible for him to use a different system and a different formation. He's got a large number of good players that can be fitted in different formation and system and schemes. Now let's not waste any time, but go straight to the lineup of Orlando Pirates. I think the lineup of Orlando Pirates is straight up. Probably the only change where I might get it wrong is the top man. Your Jose Riveiro enjoys playing 4-2-3-1. That's his system. But the players are also flexible. So goalkeeper, Chain, right back, Van Rooyen, and then the central pairing of a CBC, yes, and a Sesane. I doubt Enda will start, or even a Koki will start this game. And the left back, ever shining, running like a horse, the endurance of a camel. I'm talking about the Namibian, the highest paid player at Orlando Pirates, Dion Hoto, occupying that left back position, the double pivot of Makehleni and a talented Mbata. The front four is Nkota, Maswangani, Mofokeng, and their target man on this match will most probably be Mwanasesi. And this is because maybe Jose will want to pose a threat aerially, challenge those defenders of Kaizer Chiefs, because we know how porous their defense has been. Now, the starting lineup of Kaizer Chiefs is complex and one that is definitely not obvious. He will approach this game, Nabi, not wanting to lose this one. I think the obvious choice for number one will probably be Ubavuma. It doesn't matter which system they're playing, they're not going to change Ubavuma. Now, let's assume that he plays a 4-3-3 system. 4-3-3 system will probably have a Blom there, and then you have an Inacio Miguel there, and then you have a Dotley there, and then have a Frosler at left back. 4-3-3 system. Have Mart over there, captain, and he will probably be the destroyer of this midfield three. And just come with me. Let me not lose you here, because with a different formation, it might not be the same players. So with this 4-3-3 system, Mart is the destroyer, and then we're going to have a coordinator here called Umatlo. So and then not a coordinator. He'll be more of the creative player in the midfield three, and the coordinator here will be Uqel if that's the midfield three. So Mart will be trusted as the sole number 6. He'll be the destroyer, intercepting those passes, winning the passes, giving them to Uqele, giving them to Umatlo. Matlo, the creative spark, Uqele, the coordinator. And then the front three will be, I'll put Ushaba, and I'll put Uranga, and I'll put Umodi. Modi has been doing well, and I know the experience of a Sereno. But in this system, those are the players I am putting for. I'm putting in that 4-3 system with a Miguel, Dotley, a Frosler, a Blom, midfield 3, Matlo, and Uqele, front 3, Shabalala, and a Modi. Now, let's say it's a system where he's playing not to lose the game, playing, winning the ball and playing on transition. Let's say he goes for a 3-5-2 system. Yeah, no, 3-5, a 3-4-3 system. So in that case, he's going to have a Miguel, and then have a Dotley, and then have Ditlokwe there. That's a 3. And then the wing back on this side would be Frosler. And then on the left will be Uma Shiane. We know that he's got an ability of his strength rather is more on the offense side than defensively. So putting him as a wing back would be better. Obviously, wing backs, you need an engine, you need some stamina to be bombing up and down on the left. When you have such a system, a 3-4-3 system, this here will have a better cover for a Miguel and a better cover for a Ditloro, especially with a young team, running team, quick team, ultra creative in your Muhau and your Mofokeng. So these two, Frosler in a 3-4-3 system, Frosler and a Mashiane, will be key. And it would not even be a mistake if you put a cross there. But I'll prefer a Mashiane. And then the middle, again, I'll put in the captain, Mart. And this time he'll be partnered by Umatlo. So that when those, I think this guy here, Umatlo, he's progressing the ball in defensive zone. He's better than your Mart. He's better even than your Zwane. So he'll be partnering a Mart. Mart, you win the ball, you give it to your Frosler. Mart, you win the ball, you give it to your to your mark. Now in the 3-4-3 system, I will not include a big man like a Ranga. I'll put in the new boy Lilepo there, and then I'll put in there again. I'll go with Shaba, and then on the left, when here we'll put in a Modi. That's a 3-4-3 system. So these guys, when they win the ball, they have intelligent and quick players in the three that is in front of them. A Shaba, a Modi, and a Lilepo. All we know about Lilepo is that he likes playing on the wing. He can cut in. He can go to the byline and cut back some beautiful assists for anyone. Late runs from a Mart, late runs from a Mashiach, or even a cross. Now, the other system, which is probably the last one I'll put in here, will be a traditional 4-4-2 that will look like a 1-1 with Ranga up top. Just behind him, you put in there a Shabalala. Yeah, a Shabalala. Right back, Blom. Left back, Frosler. In the middle, Miguel and a Dotley. A Dotley there. And then the mid four, yet again, we will go for Mart. I'm not leaving Matlo, sorry guys, and a Matlo. And then the guys on the left and the right, people that will be trusted to assist the guys at the back. Put in Modi there, and put in there a Lilepo. I don't know what you guys think about this lineup, and but I think he's more tactically flexible this time around. That is the Nasreddine Nabi, because of the pool of players he's got at his disposal. Must win for a Jose Riveiro, but I think this game it's going to have a lot of goals. I think it's going to have a lot of goals. It could end up in a 2-2 draw or a 3-1 win for Kaizer Chiefs, provided these guys, they score early and they score first. They score early and they score first. That will mean that Orlando Pirates will want to score their own goal. I mean, reply to the goal, and then that's gonna open a whole lot of pockets for them, and that's where your Lilepo, your Modi could manipulate those spaces, have a lot of one-on-ones, 2v3, 4v3 moments, and that's how Kaizer Chiefs can actually win the game. But it's gonna be a tough game. It's actually even difficult to just give a straight prediction. But I see a 2-2 draw or a 3-1 win for Kaizer Chiefs. I don't know why I say a whole lot of goals. A 3-1 win for Kaizer Chiefs, provided they score first and they score early. What do you think about this Soweto Derby? What are your predictions? Now let me end it there by declaring, may my God bless you all.